Welcome to another edition of Grizzly Bites. My name is Scott McDonald. I'm joined by Athletic Director Jeff Konya. Happy Casual Friday to you.
Casual Friday.
Except
way to go.
You have a jacket, though. I didn't get the memo.
It was cold in my
I
office.
forgot the jacket.
It's kind of cold.
It is kind of
cold.
cold.
That's why I have a jacket.
Jeff, so much has happened since you've gotten here to Oakland University, just around 50 days here. And we talked a little bit about last time about the brainstorming session with the constituents.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about the students that we brought in the band and the Grizz gang and some of the constituents on campus.
Yeah, we're looking to do a better game day atmosphere, maybe enhance the good things that have been going on. But we decided to go right to the students, to the groups, to see if they had any perceptions or words of advice as we head into this year. And you're right, we brought in the newspaper and the radio and the band and the cheer and the dance and fraternities and all these organizations that can take part in, and the Grizz gang, of course, that can take part in our activities and our games. And they had great things to say, and I know our marketing team was busy writing notes down. And we want to create that collaboration. We want to build those traditions. We want to build that pride in the student life, and of course, athletics is a huge part of that. But at the same time, we want the students to have ownership. And if they have ownership, they'll be really connected and be just excellent supporters of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it was a great turnout, and they really did have a lot of great things to say, and I think that's...
the Buddy's Pizza.
And Buddy's Pizza, of course. He can't go Grizzly Bites without talking about Buddy's Pizza.
I have to increase their corporate sponsorship.
Absolutely. Yeah. But one of the things that kind of came out of that is there's been a lot of talk on campus about what is the game day experience going to be like, and I think we've seen that at some of the games when we had homecoming at the men's soccer game with the chance to win a Chrysler lease, a Jeep Cherokee lease. Talk a little bit about that. I think it's been well received so far early on, just with the soccer and volleyball games.
Yeah, I mean, promotions and those kind of things go a long way to drive interest, but it has to be genuine. And what we're going to do with basketball, and a little sneak peek, is really a lot with video enhancement. We're going to have a dedicated script. It's going to be formal. The students are going to know exactly where we are in the game script. Nothing's going to be a surprise. Nothing's going to be ad hoc or in reaction. Everything's going to be proactive and have forethought and make sure that it makes sense, for the energy of what we're trying to do. And home court, having a home court and having tradition and having that excitement is really about creating that atmosphere and that energy, and that's part of our brand, right? And so when anybody comes in off the street and takes in a basketball game, men's or women's, and we have something that's coordinated and has that energy, that's going to resonate, and hopefully we're going to get that repeat customer, and that's what we want. We want lifelong connections with our brand, with Oakland University.
Certainly important, just not your name and your logo, but the experience you have when you come to Oakland University and to an athletic event. Speaking of brand, Oakland University for the first time will partner with TV20 for the basketball games. Talk a little bit about that and kind of your vision behind that.
Well, I think with the Horizon League is doing with the Horizon League Network and possible national affiliations to be determined, but well along. And also what we're trying to do both regionally, we wanted to have a local option for our fan base, and TV20 and what they're trying to do with its community-based and HD and affiliation with Channel 7 and the ABC, and I think it's just a wonderful relationship that can prosper. And I think this first year we've entered into a 10-game arrangement, a majority of men's games, but some key women's games as well, to be broadcast on TV20 in concert with all the things that are happening nationally and regionally. And if you think about it, what I'm excited about is that our brand, our basketball, is going to have an option, and hopefully going to be released soon, that is going to be able to, the same game, touch all 50 states internationally, within the region on different platforms, and then also locally here in some traditional television. And that in combination is certainly going to be what you want to be about. And it's about content delivery. This entire thing that's going on with intercollegiate athletics, how intercollegiate athletics can be a window to the broader university, is about delivering the content. That's why you see these networks being sprung up. And our solution is one of the best I've seen in the mid-major.
It certainly is impressive, and I know we're looking forward to that continued partnership with TV20. One of your biggest things you talk about is student-athlete experience and providing an environment that's safe, but also can educate these student-athletes so when they get done with their career here at Oakland University, they can go on and get a job and they're prepared for that. In doing that, we've created a position here at Oakland University for Assistant Athletic Director for Athletic Performance, and Chris Meany was hired just recently. Can you talk a little bit about that position and why it's so important here in intercollegiate athletics?
Well, I think nationally you've seen the stories that have kind of sprung up around student-athlete welfare, and you know, in my opinion, there's been a lack of coordination between some of the user groups that touch student-athlete welfare, and it's not because you don't have professionals doing what they can do. I think there's just that level of sophistication that sometimes people are in their tunnels and they're working so hard they sometimes don't see what's happening in the other tunnels. And so to get somebody who has some perspective to come in and kind of coordinate the strength and conditioning and the rehab and the athletic trainers and the doctors and the sports psychologists and the nutrition and make them all work in sync is really what we're talking about. And hopefully our student athletes and their experiences relative to being able to get that coordinated feel, they're going to have one-of-a-kind experience, and that's going to help us in recruiting and name and experience and giving and connections and those kind of things. But it's part of that's a segment of a broader conversation about life skills and training our student athletes to be future leaders in society, and that's where Holly Kirchner and Life Skills and our Student Athlete Advisory Committee are in the forefront and having those conversations. And we had the welcome back, and we took that to a different level in terms of having conversations around certain topics. We have a conversation coming up around suicide prevention. We have another conversation coming up about gender differences and being awareness and bystander intervention and talking through those kind of things. That's all important, but that all talks about the experience.
And it's obviously very important as we move on. And then along those lines, a new strength and conditioning coach and Terry. So that unit is finally kind of full staffed, and we're moving forward with that. So exciting times here in the athletic department.